People have been asking us, do we know what happens next year? We have some pretty good ideas, but we don't know for sure. We're kind of where the audience is. We're going to be very excited to sit down and actually write these next chapters in the life of the Codys.
The seminal part of 213 that we all really responded to in the writers' room when we were cracking it is that the death of Kath, the story comes to light, and it comes from a very unusual source, Smurf herself.
What do you hear from Kath?
What?
Ask Pope. Pope knows.
Smurf wants to hurt Baz so much, she recklessly decides to divulge the information that Pope killed Kath and essentially send them into the gladiator pit to see what happens. The great surprise for us in the audience, although we believe it's earned, is that Baz knows that Pope was puppeteered by Smurf and that ultimately Pope is this human clay in her hand.
I know it was Smurf. I know. It wasn't you. Look at me. Look at me. I love you, brother. I love you. I take care of you. That's what I do. I take care of you. I'll always take care of you. I forgive you. You hear me? I forgive you.
We like those trends at the end of the season where we find each of the characters in their own separate space. Smurf's alone in her cell with a very enigmatic, cryptic look on her face, which I think we, the audience, can read into.
Smurf would be willing to be in jail for the rest of her life if it meant defeating Baz after Baz has betrayed her.
Craig has decided that he's had enough of the family, and he's packed up the Scout in a very emotional brotherly love type scene with Darren.
Craig, we are likely to find him next season on a beach in Costa Rica somewhere with Ren, running out of money.
Darren is legitimately going to pursue his plan B.
He's got something to hold on to, which is the bar. He knows he should have been trusted and has been underestimated. Nikki is discovering that she loves this. Her anger at her own parents as a stepchild is turning her into Smurf's protege. And watching who we thought was the innocent become anything but the innocent and finding ways to deal with her anger is all stuff that we're excited about.
Pope's left with forgiveness, but not much else.
Pope is lost, and the only thing that's grounding him is Lena, the daughter of the woman that he murdered. And is that enough to keep him sane? Jay actually has not decided whether he would prefer to be able to personally kill all of them, how they left him with his mother and never looked after him all those years.
Jay is at the party alone, and there's a darkness associated with it. Am I really going to stay in this beehive? Baz, he's left bleeding out on the sidewalk.
He's watching the police cars head towards him and bleeding, maybe to death, as Lucy runs away from him. And does that mean that she had something to do with it?
And then the last scene is Lucy and Marco going to the house in which Baz has secreted all of Smurf's loot and taking it. She could have been paid by Smurf to do it, or she could have done it of her own accord, knowing where the money is. So they all are left in their different oases, in their own different spheres. And it'll be really interesting how we get the band back together in season 3.
Watch anytime on the TNT app and on demand.